flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. For New Hampshire, once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. Welcome everybody to Langley 150 Sim Racing Short Trackers. We are live here, brought to you by our insurance options and Midwest Power Source. Should be a good race tonight. First time I've ever been to this track, and you can see right here, very short track, 0.36 miles. Track temp 78 degrees, which is not bad at all. Weather-wise, it is mostly cloudy. Air temp 68, 2-mile-an-hour winds. You can see that the super late models are already out on track. We got about 3 minutes or so left in practice. Coming into tonight, the points position. And hello, Brett. How you doing, buddy? The points battle starting to slowly heat up. Remember, these guys went to a chase format starting, when was it? This season is the first race that they have done the chase format, and it's changing everything the way these guys handle these race cars. And now with this new update that we just had yesterday, it's changing even more. All our setups had to get recreated and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. Coming into tonight, Royce Schiavano leads the points, 8 points in. Him and who else? Joshua Hart is currently locked into the chase. Joshua Hart not here tonight, I don't think. No, he is not here tonight. But got 2 minutes left here before we get ready to go gridding, or before we get ready to grid. You can see how short this track really is. It's going to be a good one. I'm sitting here, like I said, it's the first time I've ever been here. It's the first time I've ever loaded the track up, was just a few moments ago. And really don't have an idea what to really expect. It does look like this is definitely a low-line track. You can see it here. It looks really tight corners. It kind of looks like the way you would race. I kind of want to say New Hampshire, but New Hampshire's still a middle groove track as well. But it kind of reminds me of New Hampshire when I first glanced at it off the top of my head. But a lot shorter, of course. 0.38 miles is shorter than a half a mile. So right now, Royce Schiavano on top of the board here in practice. And it looks like second currently goes to Brian Hacker, TJ Graves, Jacob Smith, Logan Runyon in the 6th. Logan always fast. I don't expect him to be any slow tonight. I mean, he could have a chance to get the win. Automatic's another good one. A lot of good guys out there could wind up winning this thing. I do believe that these guys are not allowed to take tires tonight as well. Most of the time, some races they are allowed to take tires, but tonight I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no tires tonight for this race. And then next week at Five Flags, when we go run there, they are allowed to take tires. That's the longest race we have of the season is next week. That's 225 laps in Five Flags. So they're allowed to take 2 extra sets there. But tonight, no extra set of tires. This is race number 4 before we get to the playoff, which is this is actually the mid-race point. This is race number 5. This is actually the mid-race point of the regular season before we start the chase, which starts January 10th. So practice coming to an end, and it looks like that Roy Schiavano will be first right now on the board. We see him right now on track, running right behind the 6 of Logan Runyon. We can see where he's running on track. And so I was watching practice earlier, and I noticed a lot of car contact between a couple of these guys. I also noticed you just seen right there the 76 used the apron a little bit to help rotate the car some. So we'll see how this plays out. Practice comes to an end now, and we'll start the gridding process. Should be fun. And practice is officially over. So gridding has started. Looks like the Ford Mustang pace car going to be leading us to the green flag tonight. Bunch of guys in here tonight, though. I think there's 18, from what I'm seeing, 19 guys in here throughout the field. Logan Runyon going to be starting I mentioned to him that he could be one of the guys to watch out for. He's going to be starting in 19th place. It looks like Jacob Smith could be starting on the pole, along with Patrick Smith. Actually, Bob Lauren, I'm sorry. We'll be starting on second. Roy Schiavano looks like he's going to be starting in 7th place tonight. You know what? I apologize. Some of these I'm getting wrong because my things ain't working right. Ryan Libby is going to be starting on the pole alongside that 22 of TJ Graves. And then it's the 92 of David Knowles, and Adam Maddox will start. Where does Adam actually start? There he is. Back in row number 3. Alright, so the pace car getting ready to roll here. And there it goes. Alright, so pace car getting ready to drop off here in just a minute. We're going to go around one more time before we get ready to go. Like I said, the new iRacing build has changed the way these things handle and everything else. It's going to be fun. I wish we could actually see the pit crews, but with the pit crews, you cannot see them even in spectator mode. You have to be a driver. You can only see your pit crew. So hopefully they fix that to allow spectators and stuff to see the pit crew in the next update. So as we get ready to go, we work on the back stretch here in Langley. Pace car gets ready to pull in, and green flag is out. And of course I got my spotter on, so I will fix that next time once we go to commercial break. Green flag is out as we're side by side through turn 1 and 2. It is the number 22 getting a run on the outside. That is TJ Graves trying to pass this 16 of Ryan. It looks like the 16 is going to use the low line, and we'll complete the pass and we'll lead the first lap here in Langley. And it looks like the battle is going to be, no, it settles out pretty fast. This is 76 of Schiavano takes over third. We'll go high above and check out the blimp view. 94 of Adam Maddox right now falling back. He actually started in the 6th place. Now he finds a spot in line. To the bottom he goes. You see Logan Runyon already working his way up. We've seen him start almost dead last a few moments ago. Now he is up to 13th, looking for 12th. Coming out of turn 4, Logan takes over the 12th spot. I do expect a few cautions to happen here early. We'll see how that plays out. But the longer this race goes, the more it's going to space out. That's one thing we have come to realize as JP almost gets run into the backup by Jerry Stone. That works out. Everybody pretty much right now single file from the looks of it. As we just seen the 75 of Patrick Smith get into the wall. Got a little bit of damage on that right front, it looks like. Yes, he does. Oh, yellow is out as the 92 goes around. As David Knowles, and this could be a pretty good wreck. Looking at the replay, did he have help from the 5 of AJ Rogers? We'll find out. Little bump put on from the 5 car, and around he goes, and pretty big hit for the 75 as well that got into him. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is take a quick break because I got to cut my spotter off. We will be right back. I don't want y'all to hear my spotter because sometimes it cusses. So I'll be right back right after this.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
We're back here doubling back up now. It is the 16 out front of Ryan Libby, and he has led all of the 9 laps that we have ran. We're on the 10th lap now as we get ready to go back green flag, starting to tighten back up. It does look like we had a couple of cars actually go down pit road, try to get some of that damage repaired. TJ Graves went down pit road. The 82 Mike Abbott, Tommy Hayes also went down pit road. Pace car pulls in, green flag back out. As that's a good start by the 76 of Royce Schiavano. Schiavano trying to take away the outside, and it looks like he does. Not going to happen. Here comes the 16 back to the inside. And the 11 is going to go around. Caution flag comes out. Now let's see what happened. I don't know if he actually had help or not. Yep. 54 gets into the back. And he went around, and there's your stack up that happened in front. Looks like about 5 cars got involved in this. Donald Clark's got some damage. The 2's got some damage. There was a bunch of cars that got damage on that one. So some of these cars are going to be coming back down pit road. David Knowles already coming down now to get some repaired. It looks like Donald Clark also on pit road. Everybody else staying out. Not much of a surprise to see Schiavano up front. However, I've noticed that Logan Runyon already has started to work his way up in the number 1 car, or number 6 car, sorry. I'm showing Jerry Stone in front, which is weird. I don't know why it's showing out. But we're about to double them back up and get ready to go back green flag this time, I believe. Yeah, with this new build that they came out with, it changed a lot of stuff on how these cars handle. I know that Adam Maddox was talking to me before we came on the air, and he was talking about that they had to pretty much scrap their setup that they had. There we go, once again. So yeah, pretty much what we've just seen with the cars getting in the back of each other. That's what we've seen in practice as well. Pace car pulls in, green flag back out. Schiavano with another good launch, and he is going to clear the 5 car. Battle's going to be with Logan Runyon and the 16 of Ryan Libby. And Ryan's falling back as Adam Maddox goes around to take over 4th place. Battle for 5th. Bob Lauren going to take over 5th spot. As we continue to watch this 16 car drop back. Now we see the 2, the 55, Scott Austin. And the 60, JP, will take away 8th place. The 82, Mike Abbott, Scott Austin side by side working on turn 2. The 82 does clear. Here comes the 17. We keep watching this 55. We keep watching a couple guys drop back. Ryan Libby did find a spot in line. Donald Clark, who we seen with the damage a few moments ago, was on pit road. Now worked his way back up to 11th spot. Running right behind the 17 of Tommy Hayes. I almost checked up the field there as well. It does. It kind of does remind you of like an old school top Phoenix track as we got another caution on track. As it looks like Brian Hacker. No, I don't know what the caution was for actually. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is a good one. The 92, David Knowles. Kind of like an accordion effect track though. They run so close. As TJ Graves and David gets into it, but they run so close, it's kind of like it just stacks up. If one person checks up early, stacks up the field, and it just continues to back it up into one another. I do expect the cautions to calm down a little bit. May take a little bit, but I do expect it to calm down fairly shortly once we start really get going and start spacing out a little bit. Of course, this race sponsored by, I had it up a minute ago and I lost it. Give me just a second, I'll see if I can find it again. It's Earth Insurance Options and Midwest Power Source. You've seen it on the commercials as well. So thanks to them for stepping up and sponsoring this series. These are a good group of guys though. Adam and David and all of them do a good job on running this series. A lot of these guys have been in here, well, since I started broadcasting last season. As it does look like we're going to double them up again. How about Logan Runyon already worked his way up to second place now. He started back, I think, in like, what was that, 11th or something? 19th, wow. As the pace car gets ready to pull down pit road, Roy Shivano going to be leading us back to the green once again. And pace car pulls in, green flag comes out. And Logan Runyon going to get a good restart here alongside that 76 car. But Shivano going to use the low line to make it work. As he actually just blinked out just a little bit, but he's back. The 14 and the 5, AJ Rogers, Bob Lauren. This place kind of reminds me of Bowman Gray Stadium in a way. The way it kind of just reacts, like it backs everything up. When we're sitting here watching them race, it really is what it reminds me of. This is for 6th place, Mike Abbott, AJ Rogers, and the 54, Jacob Smith. As the 82, Mike Abbott takes away 5th. Here comes the 54 trying to take away 6th. It's hard to make any moves on that high line. You can see it's just like basically Daytona when you lose the draft. You just keep falling back and back until you can find a spot to the bottom from what I'm seeing. And another caution comes out, and Ryan Libby involved in this one. And this actually happened with the 17 car, Tommy Hayes. And the 75 also involved in this one, Patrick Smith. Alright, so what I'll do, guys, take another quick break. We'll come back to Langley and get this thing back going again. Be right back. We're back here in Langley, Hampton, Virginia. I think it's in Virginia. I hope so. If not, I feel like an idiot. Pace light's about to go off on the pace car. It is still Roy Shibano. So you all see the dirt rally stuff that came out. If you haven't got to see that, go check it out. Go do it. It's really fun. Um, Probably one of the coolest updates iRacing has done since I've been part of iRacing. Really cool racing it too. So as I mentioned, no tires are allowed to be taken during this race. But with the track temps, I don't think it's really going to affect these cars too much. It's only 78-degree track temps. So I don't think it's going to affect the handling of the car too much. It could tighten up as we go. It's something interesting we could ask the winner or whoever and see how the car was reacting on longer runs. If we get a longer run, that is. As we get ready to go back green flag, pace car pulls in, green flag is out. Ooh, and that 6 car got a launch, and he's going to take the lead. That 76 looks like he got wheel spin, and Logan Runyon will not go to the front because here comes Roy Shibano to the inside. We watched these two battle last season really hard for a championship, but Roy Shibano right now takes the top spot. The 14 of Bob Lauren falling back just a little bit. He's battling the 54, Jacob Smith, as he takes the inside to turn 3. Looks like Smith's going to be able to take that 6th spot, 5th spot, and even with that damage, the 54 still looks really fast. You also see that 82. We've seen him a few minutes ago. He's now going back after 6th place. Started in 16th and already fighting for 6th. And he will take it away. Go back a little bit further. Pretty much single file from 14th, it looks like, back. Right here's the only battle, it looks like, 22 to 14. Bob Lauren right now on the outside, and he's got to get to the bottom, and you can see what it does. When you don't get to the bottom, you just keep falling back, as now he's going to get passed by the 22. The 16 gives the 14 a bump, but does let him in as we hop on board with Logan Runyon, who's all on the back bumper. The 76 for the lead. You can see how short this track is. This thing's really flat. It's very interesting actually hopping on board and listening to the throttle control and how far they actually use the apron. As this is our longest run so far of the night. We're starting to get a little spaced out here between these guys. There's a look at pit road. There's the 94 currently running in 3rd place. And we'll jump back up to the lead as we watch Logan Runyon try to run down to 76. Try to get around to 76, should I say. Last time by, it was Shibano a little bit faster, but I think Logan could be faster, but with the inside line, there's just not much he can really do as long as Shibano don't make a mistake. He could be okay. Logan's looking to try to put pressure on the 76 to make the mistake. We also got lap cars starting to come into the picture. Looks like AJ Rogers, possibly. I don't know who that is. It ain't AJ Rogers. Oh, that is the 92 starting to come into the picture of David Knowles. This is the only really battle right now on track that's close. Everybody else starting to space out just a little bit according to the live timing. And we're already a quarter, well, a little past a quarter of this race in now, 53 laps in. Still watching the battle for first right now. Shivano holding on. You can also see the camber. Wow, that camber that the 76 has and the 6 has in that car is really out there. Trying to see if I can see. I tell you, a good shot of it. See that left front tire sticking way out. We go high above once again to the blimp cam. Out of turn 4. You know, this track's really fast though. I mean, they're going over 100 miles an hour. 100 and, looks like right around 100 miles an hour. Which is not bad at all for a 3/4 mile track. Or, I'm sorry, not a 3/4 mile. A little under a half a mile track. AJ Rogers trying to run down the 82 of Mike Abbott. TJ Graves looks on from 8th place. Now these guys are starting to feel what the long run's like. Kind of starting to space out as well. Got little groups starting to spread out everywhere a little bit. There's Donald Clark running in 11th. Right in front of the 14 of Bob Lauren. Back up front. We also got the 2 starting to come into the factor. We've seen the change for the lead just a moment ago. Logan Runyon got underneath Royce Shivano. But we got David Knowles and Aaron Corey starting to pop up on screen. Also got the 75 of Patrick Smith right in front of these guys. Actually, David just got passed by these. I apologize. As we is almost 3 wide. We are 3 wide. Wow. In turn 2, that balances itself out for now as the 2 lap cars go to the higher line. We'll see if Roy Shivano can take advantage of it out of turn 4. He cannot. A little bit further back, you've seen the 22 TJ Graves. Now Mike Abbott falling back just a little bit. He got a little bit of damage on that right front. Now falling back to 9th, possibly further back to that as the 17 gets into the right or left quarter panel. Moves him up the track, and Tommy Hayes moves into 9th place. Pretty impressive and how fast that these guys are lapping people. I mean, they're right on the bumper of the 14th place car. So Logan Runyon, Royce Shivano putting extremely fast times down. And honestly, the track's just so short, you don't really have a lot of time to get up towards the front. As we are just about halfway, so let's go ahead and get a look at our race summary so far. 4 cautions for 18 laps. We are 71 laps now into this race. 69 laps have been completed, make that 70 laps completed. 80 laps remain. And so far, 6 lead changes, being led now by Logan Runyon, who just took the lead a few laps ago. It's like 14. Here comes the 5 of A.J. Rogers for 5th place. See if he can get around the 54 of Jacob Smith. As we watch the 5 of A.J. Rogers get around Jacob Smith. Oh, the 54 is going to get loose. He saves it. So A.J. Rogers moves up to 5th. JP right now running in 4th. Adam Maddox currently 3rd as we look through your top 5. It looks like Roy Schiavano moves into 2nd. And of course, Logan Runyon 1st. How about this? The 82 now going to lap down. We just seen him actually battling for 5th or 6th at one time. Schiavano is going underneath him. Will pass the lap car. Next sight will be, wow, for 10th place just went a lap down. That is how fast you get around this track. Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I got to grab a drink. I'll be right back right after this.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Are back at Langley. We are 89 laps in. Take that 90 laps in. As we watch Royce Schiavano try to run down Logan Runyon. And Royce led 47 laps. But on his longer run, the 6 car has been in a league of his own. He has been out front for 33 laps of his own. Make that get ready to be 34. He is about to lap the 60 car. And here's what's impressive. And I want you to listen. This is 5th place that he's about to lap. That is insane. These guys are going up lapping this entire field, I think. That's how quick that 6 car is. Wow, and he is right on the bumper right now, about to put fifth place, one lap down, and he will complete the pass. And fifth place goes one lap down. Now next one is going to be AJ Rogers, not very far up in front of Logan, and then Adam Maddox. Adam might not have to worry too much, but he's still a little ways in front of him, but we'll see how that plays out. So if anybody wanting to know about this league, this is open setup. So everybody in here puts a lot of work in their setups. I know Logan, him and his team work out throughout the week. We got a car smoking on track. I see a bunch of smoke coming out. Don't know who that is. It looks like Bob Lauren possibly. The 14 has blown up as he's going to take that damaged race car behind the wall. That may end his night here at Langley, as we are already 95 laps into this race. But the whole entire track right now got a lot of smoke on it. Oh, sorry guys. I hope so. That'd be cool. There's a bunch of stuff I would expect to be added. I'm gonna be honest. I hope they add trophy trucks. I think that would be really fun. That'd be something a little bit different. Trophy trucks would be fun. I'm trying to think what else would be actually really cool that they could add. I don't know. But just a reminder, guys, this is my final broadcast of the week. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday at, I believe, 8 p.m. I'd have to double check and get that back up to you. By the way, it's 8 p.m. And that's for the NASRA cars, another super late model, 100 lap races. We'll be live at USA Speedway. As the 6 is right now all on the back bumper of 4th place AJ Rogers. I about to say Aaron Rodgers. Of AJ Rogers, as AJ's not an easy car to pass either, but he's going to move up the track and probably go ahead and let the 6 go around. AJ, one of the strongest cars week in and week out. Not going to be able to hold up to Logan tonight, as he will lap the 4th place car. That's impressive. Adam Maddox not very far ahead, which would be the next one at Logan if he could get to him. He's got 50, well, a little under 50 laps to go now to get there to him and lap him. So he's got plenty of time to do that. Of course, these laps only take like 15 seconds now. 15 seconds to run around this place, so not very long at all to run these laps around Langley Speedway. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever broadcasted this track, so it's a little bit for me getting used to. But so far, it's a pretty cool looking track, I'm not going to lie. Here comes the 6, and he is lapping David Knowles once again. David not having a night he wants to. 5 laps down to the 92, showing in 14th place. Right now, your top 5 Logan Runner, Roy Schiavone, Adam Maddox, AJ Rogers, and JP, or Justin, back in 5th place. You got 22 at TJ Graves, Scott Austin, Mike Abbott, Donald Clark, and Patrick Smith, your top 10. Right now, though, it's all been Logan. I mean, he has pretty much dominated this race. It was Roy Schiavone at the start of this race, but since then, Logan's showing why he was last year's season champion. As we jump back to 10th spot, Patrick Smith, Tommy Hayes going for 10th. I also see 76. That's Roy Schiavano, who is currently running second, trying to work his way through. As he's trying to get around 75 now, 17 could use this to his advantage, and he will. And Tommy Hayes is going to slide into 10th place. Looking back, you see Logan running now. He is not far behind Adam Maddox, which would be lapping 3rd place, which would only leave 2 cars on the lead lap. Schiavano and Runyon both. That's something you don't see very often. Entire field getting a lap down. Logan right now working on the 18 of Donald Clark, which would put him 2 laps down in 9th place. So he has lapped half the field twice. Wow, that's impressive. That's very impressive. I'm gonna be honest, when this would be the first time I think I've seen this done in all of broadcasting. I've never seen half the field go a lap down twice, including some of the top 10. And Donald Clark's no easy driver to pass. He does got a little bit of damage, which hurts him a little bit, but not what he was looking for tonight. So back up front to Logan once again. We're staying focused on him, guys. There ain't a lot of other stuff really going on right now as far as position battles. So we can go to this one, the 22 to 60 for 5th place. TJ Graves started in 2nd place, running in 6th. Did get caught up in that little incident earlier and ultimately hurt him. As you see the 75 going wide. That is not 4th position, by the way. This could help the 22. It does not. Adam Maddox now about to go a lap down to the leader, which is pretty impressive being at 3rd place. That's something you don't see often. Let's hop on board with our leader. He's just really smooth compared to what I'm hearing from everybody else. He's running the apron really low in turns 1 and 2. I don't know if he's doing it in 3 and 4. 3 and 4 he's actually staying above the yellow, but in 1 and 2 he's running way on the apron. See it here once again. There he goes. So a little bit different compared to what everybody else is running. As you see, 2nd place trying to run him down, but right now I'm going to be honest, right now he's 3 seconds behind our leader. I don't know if Royce is going to have enough time to catch him as he just put the 82 2 laps down. That is 8th place. Adam Maddox working on trying to get through lap cars as well. Coming out of turn 4, Logan Runyon is still leading the way. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I know that this may not look like the most exciting race. And honestly, I mean, you can honestly sit here and say it's not when one guy leads the entire race. But it is cool to see Logan, who started 19th, come up at least 74 laps now and has lapped the entire field besides second place. That's pretty cool to see. It's pretty impressive to see. That's something that just don't happen very often. That goes to show you the kind of work that his team has put together in building that setup. That's a pretty good setup for them to be able to do that. About a turn 2 down the backstretch. Logan Runyon going to have 18 laps to go this time, and it is still 3.7 second gap over second place. Royce Schiavano. Royce just getting around the 5 car of AJ Rogers. AJ 1 lap down as well. The 75 is about to go 3 laps down. This is probably the biggest domination I have seen Logan put on in 2 seasons of broadcasting for these guys. Somebody might need to check his car post-race inspection because this is pretty bad. Just being honest, it's pretty dominant for 2 cars right now. I mean, even Royce Schiavano, I mean, he's second. He's doing the same thing. He just don't have enough to catch up to Logan. I mean, I don't know what these guys have done with this setup, especially with the new build. It changed everything, so I don't know how much time these guys have had to really work on this new setup with the new build that came out yesterday, or how much practice some of these guys have had. I know that update took a lot of time. It took me about 3 hours to download the entire update, give or take on that. "12 laps to go at the line." Not much really happened. Not much for position-wise anyway throughout the field. Everybody's pretty much spaced out. The closest spot would be 6th. That's still a second difference between 5th and 6th. So we're staying with the leader for the time being. And watch him just doing what he does best right now. That's pretty much dominate as he works through this traffic. He's about to lap 7th place once again. TJ Graves, who is once again not an easy guy to pass. TJ gets a little loose, it looks like, coming off turn 4. And that's going to allow Logan to get underneath him. And we got a caution. Caution out on track. And it lagged really bad. It looks like the 75 went around. And it blinked out as soon as he went around, too, I think. Yep. 82 and 75 got together. And around they went. So, we're going to have the lucky dog goes to Adam Maddox, I believe. So he's happy. But at least we're going to have possibly a fight for the lead with about 7 laps to go when we go back green flag. So we're going to go around at least 2 more times, it looks like. I'm going to guess we're going to have about 5 laps to go when we go back green flag. So most likely the next, if we get another yellow, it will end the race. This is going to be an interesting restart, though. Shimano's really got to go And you never know, Adam Maddox could be where he wants to be. Right now he's running third. There's only 3 cars on the lead lap, so everybody else I kind of expect just to, of course they're racing for points. They may race pretty hard as well, but we only got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars 1 lap down, and then from 8th back is 2 or more laps down. Wow. So the pace lights are off. We're going to have a 5-lap shootout. Green flag back out. Wheel spin on all the cars. I just seen a bunch of wheel spin. And that's going to allow the 6 to get out clean. Let's see if the 76 puts the bumper to him. He had the chance right there. He chose not to. By the way, I know you all didn't see Adam Maddox up there. That is because he was the lucky dog. He had to start at the tail end of the longest line. 4 laps to go. Caution could come back out. Nope, I thought AJ Rogers was going to rail. Here's a battle for 4th place. The 60 underneath the 5. With 3 laps to go. Coming to 2 to go, and it looks like JP going to be able to take away that spot. And now AJ Rogers falling back. That is something he did not want to happen, to be on that high line. But back up front, Logan Runyon is going to get a strong run out of turn 2 into turn 3. This time by, he's going to see the white flag in the air. One more time around this short, under half-mile speedway. I don't even want to call it speedway. 100 miles an hour racetrack. Into turn 3 and 4. Logan Runyon is going to drive it out of 4 as Roy Schiavone drove it in really deep. And Logan Runyon is going to win the Langley 150 here for the Sim Racing Short Trackers. That was a big win. 94 laps led for the driver of the 6. We'll talk to him. We'll also talk to the 76 as well. And we'll talk to Adam Maddox. Logan's going to burn it down once again. And that will lock him into the chase, I do believe. It will. That's about killed Adam Maddox. We might get to see a burnout. I'm waiting to see if we can get a burnout before I bring him in. He's just going to park right there in victory lane. That's good enough. Let me see if I can find him. We'll bring him in. Hey, Logan, you got me?
10-4.
Man, you started 19th place, which was really far back for this type of track. I'm going to be honest, I kind of counted you out from where you did start, but you managed to work your way up through the field fairly fast, and with this place being so short, how tough was it to drive your way to the front?
It wasn't too bad the way the restarts fell. I was on the bottom just about every restart we had, so I'd get 2 or 3 spots every time we'd have a caution, and then just kind of ride and pick them off as they fell off.
We watched you pretty much dominate the entire race. It was you and, well, 3 other guys on the lead lap. What is the biggest, because it's the first race I've ever been to at this track, what is the biggest concern when coming to a short track like this?
Here in particular, just the fall off on a long run, especially being a day race. This is the first time I've ran daytime here in this car. So you really have to pay attention to your tire management and set up for the long run.
Did the new build that came out, did that affect the way that you had to go about racing tonight? I didn't know if there was any kind of change that you may have had to make with the new build that came out.
No, I haven't noticed anything with the Super anyway in the new build. I know testing in the Cup car and stuff, there was a big change, but no difference in this car.
Well, man, you lock your way into the playoffs, and that's probably dangerous for all these other guys. Last year, season champion, of course. Congratulations on another win, first win of this season, and anybody want to give shout-outs to?
That's Adam for running this league.
All right, buddy. Good job, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Next up, Roy Schiavano. Hey, Royce, you got me?
I do, Adam. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Well, we've seen you out front for a lot of this race at the start of it, but it seemed like your car fell off on the longer runs. Did you feel that as well?
Yeah, you know what? It fell off relative to Logan. He was behind me for what, 20, 25, 30 laps or so. I don't know if he was just playing with me or if he had his tongue out trying to keep up, but I tried to do the same thing once he went by, and I could only do it for maybe 10 or so laps. And, I tried to save if I could, anything for some kind of short run at the end. And look at that, we got one, right? So I'm sure it was interesting to call at the booth, but I tried one last attempt with one to go, but no luck.
Yeah, we've seen you really dive it in, especially in turn 3 and 4. Let me ask you a question. This is the first time I've ever been here. I asked Logan the same question. What was the biggest challenge you faced racing here at Langley? We know it's a very short track and it's daytime, which affects the way these cars handle. What's the biggest challenge that you face when coming to a place like this?
Yeah, no doubt the big challenge was it being the daytime, and the combination with the new build, the combination with the high horsepower of these cars was being able to control the throttle on exit and be able to apply it without getting sideways, because these things almost acted like the asphalt midgets once they or the asphalt sprint cars once you put the throttle down. They just wanted to kick out like no other. So I would say probably the last 40 or so laps, I would only get to maybe 3/4 throttle before I was lifting for the next corner. So being able to control that, get some forward drive without spinning the back tires is definitely the biggest issue. I don't know if he mentioned the same thing.
Hey, he mentioned a little bit with the new build. He said he couldn't tell a big difference with the new build. He said, but he wasn't really focused on it, like 100% really, trying to fill it out what the difference was between this build and last build or not. But for the most part, he mentioned pretty much the same thing. One thing I was going to ask you is, you came into the night leading the points race. How much do points really matter to you now, being you are locked into the chase?
Well, actually, I didn't even realize I was leading the points. That's pretty cool. A lot of that comes from consistency, showing up every week. I know there was maybe a couple weeks that I wasn't able to make it, but for every week that I come here and that I own the track, or that I own the track already, it's it's always a fun time to hop in with the sim racing short trackers, and especially when you're in the booth, Adam. So. That's great news. I did not know that, and to be locked into the playoffs is also a huge relief.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Good run tonight, second place. I know you wanted wanted number 1, but 47 laps led, not bad at all. Give your shout out.
Yeah, firstly, our insurance options, they stepped up this year and sponsored the league, so thank you, AJ, for that. So free to check out their website if you're looking for insurance options for your family. So that's always nice. And thanks to TRN, I really appreciate you guys, especially you, Adam. I like our back and forth during the week, but this is definitely the highlight of my week to come here and race with you guys. So Adam set up the car really, really well. I was able to leverage him for the set and make some adjustments, and it wound up working out. It fit my driving style, which is great. So thanks to him, David, and Jerry. They're a couple of great guys, as you know.
That's for sure, man. Yeah, I've broadcasted quite a few races now with you in it. You're always one of my favorite drivers to watch. So good job, man, and go out there and see if you can win it next week.
Sounds like a plan. Talk to you soon, man.
You too, buddy. Next up, let's bring in Adam Maddox, who finishes in 3rd place. Hey, Adam, you got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, you got to be pretty happy with tonight. 3rd place, I mean, you kind of, not to throw you under the bus, but the finishes you had, last season and some this season haven't been to where you really wanted to, but it seems like you've stepped up, racing this season so far.
Yeah, man, I will take 3rd tonight, buddy. We had a decent car. We had a 3rd place car. It was not rotating in center, and then it got really snap loose off because I had so much wheel in it to get it to turn. But you're right. We had the car to beat last week. We had a really good car at Lanier the week before, so we have found a lot of speed. It's just getting the finishes, and tonight we stayed out of trouble.
What was, you mentioned the way the setup, the way it was snappy loose and stuff. What do you think caused it? Was it just a combination of the new build and of course, running underneath the sun instead of dark time? Do you think that had anything to do with it as well?
Yeah, we lost a lot of grip with the afternoon, sun. it is driving a bit different than it was before the build. I didn't get a lot of time to make many changes, but this is the same setup theory I had in the car the past 2 races. That was so good, and I just missed a little bit with center rotation. If I had that, I would have been up there with those guys.
Yeah, Royce mentioned that you made the setup as well, and he said how good it was for him. Man, I don't know what it's gotten into you, but lately, I mean, looking at your recent finishes, you've been slowly climbing up the board. What do you think it's going to take for you to be able to jump the next level and get one of these wins?
Well, we'd have had it last week had we not gotten turned around there on a restart. So if I keep staying out of trouble, I think it's going to come.
All right, man. Good run tonight. Give shout-outs and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man, I want to thank, all the drivers who come out. I want to thank AJ Rogers with Our Insurance Options for sponsoring the series. I think it's been a really good set of races. I think the drivers tonight came with their heads screwed on a little tighter than last week, which made me happy. Yeah. And I want to thank, you for coming and putting on a hell of a broadcast for everyone. I don't know if many people know, but you stepped up to the plate for me when I was in a time of need, and I really appreciate that.
Well, I'll be honest with you right now. That tonight's race, man, I'll be honest. If you would have told me we would have just had 4 quick cautions or 5 quick cautions, I wouldn't have believed it, not for a track like this. So, good job on what you've done with the league so far, and keep doing what you're doing. So, good luck next week, and we'll talk to you then.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Adam. Have a good one. See you next week.
You too. All right, guys, real fast look at the results. By the way, if you don't know what Our Insurance Options is, that is the sponsors of this race. It is basically an insurance company that will find you insurance. There's multiple choices. You can go through them. So check them out. I believe it's in Virginia, I believe. So if you're in southwest Virginia, I believe is what it was. So, yeah, make sure y'all check them out. There's your results. Thoughts on the race tonight? You got to give it up to Logan Runyon. Domination. And good for him. I mean, that was a tough race to win. That's going to do it for us tonight, guys. We'll be back on Sunday night for the NASRA from USA International Speedway. We'll talk to y'all then. Have a great night, and God bless. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, when this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day